everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Monster Interrupted Pathfinder's 2nd edition Abomination Vaults Adventure Path. 3 books in this adventure path, not 6, taking the characters from 1st level all the way to about 10th. And even though it's just a dungeon crawl, no, it's not just a dungeon crawl. There actually is story here. You got to dig for it. Get it? Dig, because you're going down in a dungeon? No? No? All right. When last we left our heroes, I was worried. I know, the DM that's always making jokes about, oh, no, you're not going to come back from that, and oh, you've overstepped. Our chosen player, who usually likes biting off more than he can chew, but I just call him adventurous. He's playing his character fine, and curiosity might kill the dwarven monk one day, who knows? But for right now, finding a secret staircase that leads you literally down to the next level. Old school gamers are kind of going, wait a minute, shouldn't they be 2nd level for that? Well, not necessarily. Is there possible story and a whole bunch of key things where putting 2 and 2 together might not make sense when, the statue you're going to find is not going to make any sense unless you saw that painting upstairs, and yada, yada. Sandbox it. I tip my hats off to a writer that says, if they are clever enough to find the key or find the secret door, and they are crazy enough to go down go down there and do that type of thing, then we shall see what happens. So, without further ado, descending a 15-foot staircase with our dwarven monk in the lead, our orc barbarian a close second, and at the top, the landing, a hesitant elven champion that even maybe is considering starting to miss our witch goblin, let alone the other elf. And you never met the bird, did you? Jared Mercer's cameo. No. Well, don't worry. Jared Mercer from Pen and Dragon Games will return for the odd cameo, and we have other cameos from well-known podcasters, producers, all kinds of people that missed the chance to play 2nd edition Pathfinder when it came out over a year ago. And, we've been inviting people to hey, you're new and our cast is new at this, and you could always use a 5th meat shield to hold up to take, another player to enjoy the adventure. So, come on down. So stay tuned to see some possible familiar faces out of 5th edition and stuff popping up, and, learning alongside our... I can't call you guys noobs. I mean, you guys have been gamers for most of your lives, but everyone's very new to 2nd edition, especially moi. That's heavily relied on rules lawyers and crutches like such. I spent my afternoon, because of vacation day, looking up the XP and how to award it, so to make sure that your characters that got accidentally lost and transferred, we're all caught up. And I found a bit of a discrepancy. So you guys are currently sitting at 280 XP, and you need 1,000 to level. But if I can clear up this discrepancy, you guys might even have as much as 500 XP. We shall see. But for right now, starting at the bottom, there is no light down here. What are we doing for light sources? And yes, I'm pretty sure 2 of you have dark vision, yeah? So picking things up with a bit of a patch there. As I was saying, to clear up an audio discrepancy, we have, my intention, I believe, is our dwarf is first in line scouting, checking out the door. Kragna was searching the walls, and we had Belluna lighting a torch and guarding. And with perception checks given of 8 for the orc, 18 for our guarding champion elf, and 5 and then 9 once for the sort of area and once specifically for the door for a dwarf, they felt safe to proceed. Stepping into the room, we have, I believe our dwarf went left because you saw 3 plain wooden chairs sit along the east wall of this otherwise empty room. Kraga ran across the room and checked out the chairs on the far side and the back wall, and stepping into the room, guarding, we had our elf notice an actual door on the west wall. Perceptions all around bring us 19 for Kraga. This is a sturdy chair, stood up for decades, and what do you know, still there, but I wouldn't stand on it. Belluna with a 13, doesn't seem anything about to ambush us. Cragnell, even with a 12, barely sneaking by the perception, noticing that the second chair in the row, leaning up against the wall, revealed a crack, which in turn was a sloppily closed secret door. What do you guys do?
Cragnell, is there a secret door you cannot find?
No. I find them all.
Well, I'm glad you're on our team.
It's a good place to be. Shall we open it?
Belluna, you have any objections?
Have at her.
Let's open the door.
All right. This is a rather large, shall we say, event, because I've got lots of doors, lots of hallway to explore. The secret door opens into a very long hallway, and let me just pan out here so you guys can see the width and breadth of this. Okay, so now we're looking at to the right, Cragnell, the wall goes 5 feet and then peaks around and disappears around a corner tucked on the right side, but the back wall is 10 feet deep, so it's almost like this 10-foot deep hallway, L shapes down around the bottom to your right. In the bottom corner, not on the bottom wall, but in the corner wall, you spot a door. The walls across the hallway and on your left reaching out continue north 5, 10 feet. At 15 feet, there's a door across the hall from you. And then fading off beyond 60 feet, you get a vague feeling of more hall and more doors that I really shouldn't have painted yet. This 10-foot long wide hallway has a vaulted ceiling arcing a dozen feet in height, and 3 broken metal brackets hang from the ceiling as well. One to the south, one to the north, and one in the middle. Although what the frames once held is unclear. The floor is strewn with pieces of rotten wood and a bunch of twisted metal. To the north, a pale green light shimmers around a closed door frame beyond your dark vision, and it's not enough to illuminate the hallway, but it does sort of frame the darkness in that's where the hallway ends, because it's on the top of the wall. What do you do? So exciting.
I want to move in here, and I want to spin so that my back is against the wall. And I just want to have a look as far as I can see all around me.
Okay. So stepping straight to the back wall, east side, you note that at the bottom of the hall, it just ekes around 5 feet and ends in double doors on the west. As far as looking north, you're not going to get much more than I probably shouldn't have drawn, because it plays out to 60 feet. Pretty easily. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Yeah, technically you don't even see those doors, but the glowing door at the end, it's almost like your imagination fills it in. What are you two doing?
Cog, is it clear out there?
So far.
I'm just waiting, see if I can hear any screaming.
Okay. From where they're going, or for where, like, you're covering our back kind of thing?
From where he went.
Okay.
I'm gonna head out into the hall beside Cogno.
Okay. Your dark vision has similar range. Same thing.
What do you guys say? Should we flip a coin, north or south?
North.
Well,
North sounds good to me.
I'll trust your secret door finding instincts. Let's go north.
Is that permission to have the dwarf go first again? He's our...
I'll go first this time. I'm gonna go to the first door right here.
Okay.
It's like 15 feet ahead from the secret door on the east wall.
That's right.
I will also follow behind, but I'm going to stand again with my back against the wall across the hallway.
Okay.
All right, everybody, shush. And then I do a little ear to the door.
Okay.
20.
Okay. You hear metal clanging and wood splintering. And it's
Sounds like there might be some fun in this room.
I wouldn't say it's so rhythmic like someone's at a forge, but it's rhythmic enough to feel like someone is working on something, even if that work is destroying something.
Yeah. Yeah, I was picturing like a wood shop or something like that.
Yeah, possibly. You know, something occurred to me this week. We used to make a lot of fun of Frank Hamilton for like kicking open doors and waking up the dungeon, and everyone would feel, oh, this is a bad thing in D&D because you'd make so much noise that everything would come from around you. But if you look at the penalties to hearing something based on how far away it is and through doors and whatever, you might gain the attention of the next room, but maybe not the whole dungeon. So if you think like a SWAT team, like a breach and clear, where if you sneak up to the door, give a listen, and then go flooding in with your gas bombs and rams and, 20th technology, then that may not be such a bad thing. Too bad we don't have a battering ram or, a gas bomb or anything. But
we do have a big orc with a two-handed maul.
It's true.
Close enough.
As long as everybody moves quickly, right?
So yeah, I turn to the other two and I'm like, all right, sounds like there's going to be some trouble in this room. Get out your weapons.
There's trouble in this town, right?
I have a bad feeling about this.
Oh, we went there. You could try the handle. Just because I'm saying breach and clear doesn't, you don't have to assume the door's locked, right?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna open the door.
Okay.
If you guys are ready.
My sword should already be out from last time.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure we all had our weapons out.
Yep.
I'm just looking at them with their weapons out, saying, "Pull out your weapons," and they're looking at me just like, "Yeah, we have them out."
Well, the elf's go-to is a bow, but since you're torching it, it's sword and torch, I'm assuming, right? Everyone else is...
And I said last time that I was pulling my sword.
Yes, when you guys were up top. Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. So, let me just zoom in a little bit here because I'm trying to keep, for the video aspect, I'm trying to keep this, tight. All right. What do we see? This room. Okay, so you open the door. Okay.
Yep.
And surprise, you guys fly into the room. So place yourselves where you want to be.
Okay, I'm gonna run to the... Yeah, just so that I can see around the corner.
Okay. So you open the door and the dwarf shoots past you all the way past that corner to the back corner wall and plants his butt against a door that we find on the north. On the east wall, right in front of the dwarf, to the south a little bit, is another door.
I'll move one step ahead.
Okay. Kraga
Can come in behind me.
comes in, loops around the corner, hugs the west wall, and we have, just stepping in the door, enough just to peek around, we have our elf. This room smells of rust and grime. Stacks of splintered furniture, pieces of weapons and armor, frayed coils of rope, jagged shards of metal, and other bits of trash lie in heaps along the walls of this room. A cold, unlit forge sits in the alcove to the west. That's our round, dry well-looking thing we have here. To the north, several heavy timbers are wedged up against a door to keep it shut. So where Cognol is standing, they've actually barricaded our side, like the side we're on, of that door to the north behind you. Now, they haven't shown any debris in the room, so I'm assuming it's still a free square. But to note that they've timbered up this door, like directly behind you to the north there, Mr. Dwarf. Very, very interesting. Now, as far as what happens next, well, I think a little bit of a music change is in order, because sure enough, whatever was in that room banging away suddenly, looks up and goes, huh? So behold, two strange looking dudes, pale gray skin, shabby loincloths, real Mad Max headband, underground cave dwelling, reeking of sweat and grime, are either side of the forge, one directly in front of Kraga, one 10 feet further, both on the west wall, banging away, doing their hard day labor kind of thing. And as you guys were trying to be stealthy and then just like surprise, like rush in, boom, I would go with a stealth roll for our initiative. No, actually, you know what? I'd go with athletics because we're trying to rush, get that surprise, right? Let's go for athletics.
You're damn right.
Yeah, let's go for athletics. That sounds pretty cool. Okay. It's time for athletics.
Got a 23.
Very nice.
I got a 17.
12.
Okay. Now, just to make sure... No, it didn't post them, so I'm just going to correct them. 12 for Bellaluna. Cragnell got a 17, and Kraga got a 23. Are we right so far?
Now, the only problem is Bellaluna is untrained in athletics, so it's kind of unfair for her. Maybe she's using perception.
We have a plan. It's to rush the room. Everyone takes action.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, I get it.
I appreciate you trying to help.
Yeah, he's learning the milking of the numbers. Oh, we're going to make such a min-maxer out of you.
Not all is fair in love and war.
Yeah.
I understand.
Now, I'll tell you this. If she stayed back in the hallway and said, I guard and I will listen, and it opened open to like a big room and all she had to do was stand there and perceive, then yeah, man, I would totally, you're not too far off, right?
I get you.
But because she had to move and we're literally looking around a corner, it's all like, yeah, I get in position, right? I'm going to go athletics all around. But not to worry. These guys are caught at surprise, and it's given them 9, so they're just kind of like, huh! They are flat-footed for one round until you go. So you guys rush in, everyone looks at everybody, and there's that moment of friend or foe or what's going on. And I'm going to quickly, as quickly as I can, pull up a picture of these dudes so you guys can...
They probably look like enemies from Dark Souls or like Bloodborne.
They kind of look like Golem.
Oh, they do.
You got a guy with bleach white hair, long and scraggly, like a 70s leftover dude going bald. The eyes are huge, red-rimmed, and glazed over film, milky white, like they spent too much time underground. The teeth are sparse, the mouth is wide. Their bodies are green-gray, sinewy, but look like they have hidden strength. They wear ratty loincloths, they wear wrapped boot sandals, and wraps on their arms, and they look clawed, scarred, and have little black talons and improvised.
A Morlock.
A Morlock. Can I have...
But we don't know what that is yet.
A Knowledge Society. Starting with Kraga. Spending your first action, racking your brain. Yes, I'm going to make you cost it because you've blurred it out, so... 5? Okay,
5.
Okay, you've heard of Morlocks. They fit the description, but since you're untrained, you're not certain. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay, so... I can't give you any information going, oh, this is their weaknesses, blah, 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 kind of thing. It's like, oh, what do I know of a cave dweller that's underground? Morlock, that kind of thing. So, starting with Kraga, racking your brain with the recall action. You have 2 actions left. Round 1, what do you wish to do?
I immediately go into rage, my eyes burning red.
Okay.
That'll take one action.
All right. And then now, is there like a raging condition I can give you? Oh, you did it. Actually, sorry. Yeah, you selected it, and your stats changed here on the tracker, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I activated my rage and my draconic rage,
Mm.
so I get the extra fire damage. And then
now, just to be clear, is this in your blood, or is this to do with like an ancient totem ritual that you?
It's like it has to do with I chose, or like I had like a crazy event that happened with a dragon.
Okay.
And I've chosen to either revere the dragon or have like a blood feud against that type of dragon.
And what have you chose? Are you in awe or are you in hatred?
I'm in hatred of the red dragon type, so that's gives me fire damage because different dragons give you different damage types.
Right. So instead of having like the iconic little dragon head and horns, or fire looking like your 1970s muscle car painted on your arm, maybe you have, the tattoo ritual of you being the 3-clawed scar and that kind of thing with the
like I have like a burn scar from when I
survived.
Yeah, I've got.
Okay.
I had like an idea for a pretty cool backstory.
Okay, but you're not wearing hockey pads. Okay. Well, I'm actually.
So I have one action left.
We'll hopefully get into that the next time an NPC or a character is intrigued to know more about. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Okay. Which cute little DM to player or audience listening hint? Your battle cry. Right? Damn you all red dragons. Okay, well, tomorrow someone's going to ask you, where did that come from? Right? As opposed to you just getting upset going, how dare you, shoddy workmanship, I can't stand for that. Like, give the breadcrumbs and the role-playing comes, right? So anyway, you fly into a rage, and with a single action, you launch into your backstory? Because I'll be honest, you raise the hand a little. It's like a funny thing about dragons. What?
Yeah, I look at this Gorlock or Horlock or whatever it is.
Morlock.
No, don't correct him. He doesn't know, right?
Right.
And I take a big, hefty swing over top, like straight down to the ground with the maul on him.
Okay.
And I got a 24. Oh, sorry, I don't have them targeted.
Sorry, you can drop on the dice or let me... so you're going after dude number...
Tinker 2.
Tinker 2. Tinker Taylor Spy. Anyway, I can tell you that probably hits, right? So 24 to hit. Smashing down on the surprise dude that's flat-footed and everything. And...
Damage 18.
Ooh, ow. Badly, sadly, good swipe. Anyway, he reels back, and it's not suddenly a crushing, killing blow, but you catch and crush a bunch of his shoulder collarbone, and you hear that sickening crunch, and he reels in pain. You're just pissing it off at this point. But a good hit. Next, flying into action, we have Mr. Adamantine Bender, still searching for the adamantine that he hates, which his backstory, so he can bend it, I'm assuming. For following a... No? Okay.
Absolutely.
Mr. Dwarf, what do you want to do?
But you can't be sure that I can't already bend it.
That's a bar bet for another day, right?
Absolutely. I'm going to draw a dart and target the strange, gaunt Tinker number 2 in front of Krega.
Got you targeted. Go nuts.
All right.
While he's doing that, Bella Luna, what's the plan? You're on deck.
So I actually made a mistake.
Okay.
I have dark vision.
Oh, because you're Duskwalker.
Yes.
Yes, and you just needed the elf subtype. Okay. So you don't need to draw a torch, which could draw attention, unless you want to have fire. I mean, fire, good weapon. Or do you wish to have something else like shield, bow, blah?
Actually, I want my bow.
Okay. So you drew sword. You come down.
Yeah,
Now you're switching to bow?
Yeah.
Now we're seeing big, long hallways? Okay.
Yes.
Fair enough. I don't mind that at all.
Throw the torch at the dude.
Given the fact that she could see, maybe it was like to lure you all. I'm a regular elf. I wasn't dead once. I'm not a Duskwalker, you know. She leaves the torch behind, goes to goes to the bow, and like, how do you see for those shots? Leading into explanation of said backstory. See, they're just so easy. It's everywhere. All right. Cognal, how did you do with the hit?
23.
23 does hit, and just going for the other shoulder. Smashing one, pinning the other. My shoulder blades.
5.
5 points of damage, and this thing just, his eyes roll, glaze over in his head, and passes out from the pain and goes down. The momentum of surprise is working in our favor so far. Bella Luna.
Oh, I'm going to step over in front of Krega.
Okay.
No, beside Krega.
Okay. So, watching these guys quickly drop the first one, you step into the room, cross over in front of the dwarf beside Krega, line up a shot, I'm assuming?
Yep.
Okay. He says stalling to target. Right, okay. And?
9.
Wing! Nope, she can't see in the dark. It's all a ruse. Sorry. Before we get into this, our dwarf does have more actions that I forgot about. Pulling is one, tossing is another. Did you want to do anything else? You did have an action left.
I'm going to pull another dart.
Okay, have another one ready. Awesome.
Yes.
Bring us back to Bella Luna, who moves as an action, who shoots as an action, and has another action left. Risking
Trying to shoot.
penalties.
12.
Sorry. Shooting once. Anyway, watching his friend go down in a heap, the other guy flips the table and takes cover, and just in time as arrows hit, because 12 would hit a flip table. Get it? Right. It's not your fault. Right? Elves never miss. You put something in the way. Right? Thunk, thunk. Oh, this guy's a lively one. And now it's my turn. Well, damn. That's like, you guys totally get the drop on these guys, and they're just like, All right. Let's say that this little bugger. He flips the...
Is talking a free action?
What? Yeah.
Just talk.
Yeah, unless you're warning. Like, unless you're, like, pointing out enemies, which takes time for the message to go in their brain, and for them to go, what, in the tree? He is the tree? You know what I mean? So, like, if you're warning enemies... Otherwise...
But if he's, like, peeking over the table before he does anything, and I look at him and just go, you're gonna burn.
Okay. He smiles at you and brings some kind of crazed, wild-looking... Looks like a crossbow, but it's really MacGyvered. Like serious, some serious, like this would make any goblin proud, I guess is the is the only way I could describe it, right? Here, I got a picture for you. Dude, you're gonna burn. This guy smiles. Pulls up a crossbow that looks like it's been pulled on its side, has 2 bendable bows, and instead of an actual bolt, it looks like a cup full of spikes. And Buddy just brings it up, and it's already loaded, and this is like what he was working on. And it's like, okay, we load it and test it, and all I gotta do is just tighten the spring, and you guys come busting in the room as Buddy dies. He's like, ah! Grabs it, flips table, and takes a shot at you. Because I had 3 targets, and technically the archer is probably the most dangerous because we're at range, but because you said such nice things. Now, there are intimidate and draw fire and stuff, but it's just like in his little brain, it's like left, right, 1, 2, the guy that died, and yep, I think I'm going to shoot at the big guy. So, firing off the projectile launcher. 18 plus 10, 28. What is your AC? I should check theirs as well. Did anyone get 26, 23, 24? Okay. No one's crit me yet. Does anyone have 18? Or sorry, Kraga, what is your AC, sir?
18.
It is. So that's a critical.
Yes, it is.
It is. A critical hit on you. Up comes the projectile launcher. But you know, you have a name, and I'm going to see if this guy has a name, because if I do, I would love to introduce you guys to, you know, the wonderful world of crit cards. So I'll tell you what, I'll let the player decide. You can suffer double damage or single damage and some possibly minor harmless effect of a crit card.
I'm going to take the crit card.
You're going to take the crit card. Oh, it's so nice of you.
Let's make things interesting.
Yes, let's do. I have a ranged weapon. Piercing, slashing would be a piercing weapon. Let's pull up the light here. Right in the ear. Normal damage. Target is deafened until healed. Like healed. So he shoots you, and it's going for the head, and you reflectively jerk your head to one side, and unfortunately the spiked ball isn't like narrow like a bolt. You can't get it away. This thing freaking shreds your ear, but luckily it's just normal damage. But you literally snap your head, the other ear, right into the wall, deafening you. But hey, the good news is, for damage, as promised, I will only make you take the first dice. So, you take the 1 instead of the 4, and you take the purple D12, which, lucky as hell, is only another 1 because of the nasty effects of this weapon, plus 12. So you only suffer 18 points of damage. Take the 4 off is 14, sir. So let me just correct, because you went for the crit card. So instead of 18 points, I'm going to make that 14, and you have 11 left, and that's me. All done. Now we go back to the top of the round. Round 2. Praga, it's your turn, sir.
Oh.
No one talk to him. He can't hear you. Ears are ringing. Ah.
Yeah, I'm like,
Blood gushing down the side of your flowing epic Fabio hair, you know. He twirls it, but instead of water, it's like blood flicking all over the elf.
I'm going to go up to melee range and try and smash him with the maul.
Okay. 2 squares ahead, but even stepping over the body and, you know, difficult terrain, blah, blah, blah. Still lots of range, no problem at all. And it's a swing.
That's one action, right?
Yeah.
Moving?
Yeah.
Okay.
The difficult terrain slows you, but you still have lots of movement in your, so you're good.
Hit with 19.
Okay, swinging instead of down, coming wide, maybe to squish him against the wall. You clip him.
Yeah.
For
11 damage.
11
with 4 fire damage.
Ooh. Is that on there as well?
Yeah, it actually says it.
Oh, okay. So
tracker.
it's done. I see. 7
it's
is
adding from my
bludgeoning. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, Fantasy Grounds, which sponsors us, knows these things, and he does not take any extra from, you know, he's not weakened by fire. I mean, I was really working on stuff here, forging away. But still, great hit. Whack. And he reels and screeches at you from the pain. 1 action left. Want to try the Society again?
Let's go for another attack. What? I got a 5.
Yeah, critical miss. I do not have a name. And Jason Bowman, who made these, talks about flavors and stuff. So pulling a crit card all the time for a miss is, you know, it's difficult. The guys in Age of Ashes realized how bad it was when we were bouncing card for every crit, maybe on a natural one. So you miss, sir. Unless you really, really like interesting
No,
combat situations.
I'll just take the miss.
Yeah. You've been a good sport about the hit, so. All right.
Yeah, so that's it.
Okay. Next we have Cognool, dart in hand, ready to go.
I want to move here,
Okay.
here.
Could you explain a little better than here?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I'm going to step around diagonally past Bella Luna, first in front, and then diagonally. Let's see. First one is diagonally to the right and ahead, and the next one is diagonally left and ahead, so that I am actually in front of Bella Luna, in hopes that I have a clear shot with my dart from where I stand.
Yes. You could I believe like you can still touch the far corner to him without obscure. You know what I mean? If you were back one where she is, then you would have that +1 penalty because you're shooting through Kraga. But where you are, you're good.
Perfect. So I will toss my dart. Oops. Wrong button. Ooh, natural 20. So a 25 with my bonus.
Oh, nice. Natural 20. You want to mess him up with a crit card?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Another piercing. This one for piercing damage is called Gusher. Oh god. The target takes 1d6 persistent bleed damage, which means every round on your turn, I will consistently bleed out until I get some serious healing.
You pegged him right in the ephemeral artery.
Yep, that's right.
And I rolled a 6 for straight damage out of my dart.
Okay. So I'll adjust. Sorry, I didn't have him targeted by you. I will adjust for you, sir. And that brings him, well, chipping away, boys. A lot more wounded. A lot more wounded than he was before. So, that's you, sir?
No.
What's you got?
I should have 2 more actions, correct?
You
Or
moved.
No, the move.
Yeah, you moved.
Movement.
You had
Yeah,
the weapon
no,
out.
never
so
mind.
You got one more.
Okay, I will draw another dart.
Okay. Not a bad strategy, actually. Like, it's kind of like loaded and ready, right? Okay. And we have Bella Luna.
Try shooting him again.
Okay, everybody rushes in your way, giving this dude AC bonuses. It's only +1, but especially if you like cross over to the other wall and just shoot past Kraga. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's fine. Let's
So you move south, so you're beside me, right in front of the.
Yeah. So stepping
16?
in front of the dwarf. Now, this guy has a ranged weapon, so he does not get an attack of opportunity like in the old rules. And as a matter of fact, unless he's some kind of fighter or has that ability, you guys can crowd people with missile weapons and point your guns in their faces, because it's not like the old rule set. You guys, like, this is totally legit. 16 is a miss. Dude is too wiggly, but you still have an action left. Did you want to try that penalized second shot? Also miss. Would you take 4 arrows out of your inventory again? I know we just let's freshen them up, but. And next we have, well, our dude. Well, our dude is going to take a step back. He's going to load and shoot my launcher, because I love this thing. Pew pew pew.
Except as he pulls the trigger, he bleeds out and dies.
Not yet. Not yet. It's on the dwarf's turn. Pulls back, and he's gushing and getting a little weaker, and he's frantically. Anything, he's on adrenaline at this point and doesn't really notice.
Yeah.
And it just starts spurting faster. 24 hitting Kraga. Is that a crit on you? No, it is not. Regular
No.
damage. Another spiking ball dealing bludgeoning coming your way, sir. And you take 10 points. This time ready for the speed and accuracy now that you've judged your opponent. And he only manages to clip you for a decent 10. Which brings you down to 1. But you look awesome. No one would know.
Oh, I look amazing.
You look amazing. You're full power.
More scars. I love scars.
Full power. No one would know. And round 3, it's your turn. Flee? I mean, one more hit and we're dragging you out of here. This thing is cursing. What languages do we speak, boys and girls? Let's strike up a conversation. I mean, talking is for free. What languages do we speak?
What languages do we
I
speak?
know you're not my race, so I'm not using my native language. But I know another language that you guys may or may not know, and I would really like to insult you. I mean,
I don't.
You just... Well, I know he's not dead, but you've done serious damage to my life partner. And it's really upset with you. Anyone?
I'm just common and dwarven.
Okay. And Cragnell? Orc and common, likely?
Yeah, orc and common.
Yeah, okay. And what about our Duskwalker? That might be... Eh?
Apparently just common and elven.
Okay. Just curious if anyone had invested or such whatnot. He's gibbering on at you in a language you do not understand, but you can tell by his tone and the fact that he's shooting at you that's probably not polite. How are you? Come in. Oh, don't worry about him. He always falls over. It's probably a little bit more insulting than that. So, back to Kraga of the mighty 1 hit point. What do you want to do, Kraga? You ready to roll? You're on deck.
I never run from a fight,
Of course not.
so I shall
Well.
get up in his face
Yes.
and
Once again.
give another swing of the maul. He's targeted, right?
Yeah.
I got a 10.
Swing and a miss. Action. One action left. Do you want to take one of the penalty, risking that crit? Fail?
I'm gonna retreat around the corner.
Okay, so you, as one action, you move up. You swing at him, miss, and then as your next action, you turn and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I forgot something over here.
Yeah. All right. Time to go retreat. All right. That would probably scare the shit out of these guys. Like the last time you hit a wall, it almost came down. So if you hit a wall and move out of the way, is he going to bring the roof down? Is like, did you see the crack, the fissure that goes up the wall? Or he looks at the roof? What the hell? Cognal, what do you want to do?
I want to understand what a dwarfu attack is.
Dwarf foo? It's
Dwarf?
mostly headbutts and kicking in the groin. But basically, dwarf foo is me putting on your character sheet because I actually botched them. That's your basic martial arts. It's all your unarmed combat because it can be hand, knee, elbow, headbutt, kicking. It's your martial arts from your monk.
All right. I want to move here. And then I want to drop and roll like your standard fancy kung fu martial arts roll.
Okay.
And then if all goes well, I want to perform a dwarfu attack.
Okay. Any bonuses from acrobating your way in?
Absolutely.
What do you get?
Well, let's see. So I have a +5 from acrobatics. What am I looking for, please?
You tell me. Are you looking for like a character? You just doing this for flavor, or?
I'm just doing it for flavor.
Oh, okay. So what you want to do is you don't have to move twice. I mean, you can step lightly, but because that difficult terrain is not in your way, and you can move through friendlies for free, you can start your acrobatic move where you stood.
Okay.
And go flipping past your elf friend, like over kitty corner of the body, and flipping right up to this guy. Wah! Smashing through the table and bringing the axe hammer leg over the top of the table, right on this guy. So give me a straight. I'd go with acrobatics because you're moving around things as opposed to, right?
Oh, 12.
Okay, it's not bad. It doesn't look great. You just kind of like, wah! Lots of springing and jumping around. You look like dance moves of a 14-year-old at high school dance, but it is very energetic.
Sweet. Sweet.
Yeah, 12-year-old. Your number is your age.
Oh.
Get in the face and attack.
Well, let's make it good. 21.
There you go. That's a hit, sir. And damage.
Don't forget my D6 bleeding.
Yep.
Damage for 9.
Damage for 9. Buddy takes 9 points. And as you kick him, right, he grimaces at you, makes a face, and you look like he's ready for more battle. And then there's that, like, you remove the foot, you know, and there's like, he looks down and wondering why a flat bludgeoning attack opened up a piercing wound, and it's like spurt, spurt, spurt. Right? Here's the D6. And 6 points, he falls over in a pool of his own blood. So, ending the battle of the workshop, which will be regaled by none because we don't have a bard in the party. But you know what? Maybe we'll ask somebody to bring one in. And mission accomplished. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, I found that thing I was looking for. Oh, nice, Cogno. You got him.
Your dignity?
Good man.
Your dignity. So, I'm going to turn to Krega and, say... I'm going to say, hey, good job. But, of course, since he's deaf, he can't hear me.
What?
I was like, did you just mute that because it's not official for family or children? Oh, okay. Sorry, but you know what also looks like, hey, good job? Is fuck right off. So the thumb or the finger, it's like...
No, we're gonna give him 2 thumbs up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I just give him a thumbs up back.
All right. Well, we don't know he's deaf, but let's say now that the battle's ended and we're back and forth and he's tapping his head like he's got water in it, came out of the athletic pool. Yeah, he does not look good. I know it's his ear and his head's ringing, but if he's deaf, that really... Can I have heal check medicine guys? Or sorry, perception. Medicine would be treating it. Perception would be like, are you okay?
7.
Oh, he's fine.
21.
Head wound, never good idea. Elf thinks he's fine. Cogno's like, oh, this is not good. Dude's, his eyes are dilated, and he's like acting like he can't really hear you. And
Hey, lobster.
Yeah, some of that might come up right about now. So, let's have a look at our hit points. Kraga has 1 left. Our mighty dwarf has suffered no injuries. Neither has Bella Luna, so you're not doing bad. But with one guy teetering on the brink of a potion, a medicine check, or, some cotton swab in the air and he's good to go, what do you guys want to do?
$11 for medicine,
Untrained?
apparently.
You just start wrapping gauze around his head, over his eyes. Now he's blind, too.
Actually, I was going to cast lay on hands on him.
Oh, yeah.
I
that
have
could work.
22.
Oh, were you like faking it? Are you like, I'm a great doctor, and you put a whole bunch of bandages and then you sneak in the lay on hands? Train.
Ah, look at you, sneaky. Do not underestimate my
We
sneaky.
have healing tools, right? Healer kit or some shit.
Well, originally I had a healer's kit, but when my sheet disappeared,
oh, yeah. So
yeah.
Put it on there.
I-
Well, yeah. You do.
I don't have one, so we'll have to add one of those
Yeah,
on.
we'll put one on. As far as that goes, capitalizing on the fact you said you were going to lay on hands but had not yet,
Yes.
may I help you guys further going? Lay on hands is like grab, clear, done. You can do that in middle of battle. You might want to save that.
Okay.
You guys have downtime. If you'll sit down for 10 minutes and you do a medicine check, you might want to see what we can do with our dwarf stitching him up. You know what I mean? Because you only get 1 lay on hands, and not only can you like hurt undead with it, or, that'd be like kind of like a he's gonna die, and you can run out and clear and keep the battle. You know what I'm saying?
I think I'm a little bit beyond your expertise, Cog, my friend. I kind of want to go back to town. If, to heal these wounds, I don't know if we can do it here in this dark, grimy, gross place. It just doesn't seem like a great idea. We should probably head back up.
Oh my god. Either this head wound has suddenly made him hygienic. Which,
What? Are you crazy?
or he has a crush on that druid and he just wants to give her more money. Stop bleeding. Critical failure. Treat disease. Come on. Treat wounds. Here we go. Bum-ba-da-ba-da. Medicine check. 15, usually GM. And what'd you get? 20 something? 22?
Yes,
Ooh,
22.
That sounds good. So he's... are you actually like waving him off? You're not going to accept this awesome roll? Or are you just like, while he's stitching up your ear and shoulder, you just chat?
Yeah,
You're
while he's stitching me up,
You're like,
I'm just talking
I need more. Okay.
I think the man's got whiskey in his canteen.
Bad Lobster. It's starting to mess with his...
Well, something. I mean, if he's got whiskey, at least he could do
What were
a
those
share.
spiky balls dipped in?
You're trained in medicine. That's something pretty cool. You can actually bump that to expert, and then as you get high, like if you bump the DC, like you got a 20, right, over 20.
Hmm?
If you had trained expertly, you'd get bonus hit points, but you don't have the expertise to make use of the roll. You just got really good with the, you know what I'm saying? Like this is a skill you guys, without a cleric, might want to think about. Anyway, can I have 2d8 from our dwarf, please? We know the downside is, right? Critical fail, you could hurt the person. We're going to miss our elven delivery person. She's not afraid of the dungeon. She's afraid of you guys. Not D10, D8.
Oh, those were D10s?
I think so.
Maybe. Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. My bad.
That's fine. You know what? A 7 and 6 are below 8. We can keep that.
Yeah, let's just keep that.
Well, good,
Both will roll
good,
below
'cause I
8,
don't-
but yeah, the more triangular looking one is, I'll allow it.
Right.
So 13
Alright,
points
cool.
back to Kraga.
But I'm still deaf.
You are deaf until... Well, actually, you know what? He might be able to do something about that, too.
You're deaf in one ear and can't hear out of the other?
Looking at medicine, you might be able to, treat a condition as well. What does that leave us with? 11 here?
Oh yeah, I can turn off rage now.
Turn off rage.
What modules do I need to have loaded?
Just about everything.
Uh,
My rules lawyer, Joe from Age of Ashes, shout out to Joe Gibson is here. One Lost Hippie in the chat says, can do lay on hands, then do a short rest, refocus, and get back a focus point. But I think
Hey,
there
Joe.
is a specific champion skill to regain the refocus point. You got to have it's one of the champion skills. If you don't have it, you can't get it back. And I think it's called refocus. I don't think that's open to every champion. Because I played one other Jarrett, and I'm pretty sure that's something I had. Anyway, but looking further into our medicine skill.
yeah, there's
So lucky stream, if you catch us live, I called Joe. It's not in the recording, but he's like, yeah, he's screwed. But no, if I give you the deaf condition to the character, you take a penalty to perception. That's it. But obviously the role playing and, there's going to be a lot more to it. You need to go to town, find a cleric, and get magically healed by a specific spell, which could be very expensive. And I was saying, well, I'll take your firstborn or, your soul or something. But that said, the actual, where are we? Deafened. There you go. Goes on your character, and I'm going to leave this on you until we heal you, and it will affect your, like, here's an instance. What's your regular perception bonus? And give me a perception check, and it should penalize it. Because in downtime, you guys can play pantomime and
it takes -2.
yeah. So you're uber aware. Your gut, the hairs on your neck, you just can't hear. So anything that's like shouting specific or whatever, but yeah. I mean, if you play the math, not so bad. Could be a lot of fun. But if you want to go back to town and see how much it costs, it's up to you guys. what do we want to do? You sat him down, 10 minutes of healing. Dwarf did a great job, got you back to 14 hit points. What's our next move, boys?
Actually, I am missing in my attacks. I need to add in an unarmed attack. Because I get the powerful fist, my fists increase from a 1d4 to a 1d6. Is there an actual attack that's called unarmed that I can add in, or do I need to do that manually?
That's your dwarf foo. That's your unarmed.
Yeah, your dwarf food does the D6.
I just named it. Like, it's your standard unarmed attack. I just call it dwarf.
Instead of kung fu, it's dwarf fu.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just thought it was more fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So you get your 1d6 plus 3, and that's your standard, all your martial arts, you're unarmed. See?
Perfect.
Okay.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah. So, I guess I wasn't that fun. I thought it was obvious.
No.
It was obviously not. Oh, stay away from my character, eh? Okay, fine.
It would have been for me.
Well.
But yeah, I think I'm still of the same mindset. I can't hear them, and I'm just looking at them, and I'm just saying, I need to go back to town. I can't hear a thing you guys are saying. I gotta figure this out.
Maybe being where we are, and judging by the fact that we've maybe gone a little farther, maybe we should head back to town and see if we can't get some healing for Kragan.
However, before I leave, I am going to check these bodies.
Okay. The guy that you demolished, right? Now, I'm assuming everyone's, we fall into searching bodies in the room. Okay. We sweep the room, perception checks, and bodies. If there's a very specific description, but they're trying to pace things organically now in this game, so it's like one perception check and you do the whole room, right? I could be kind and go, well, give me another one because you guys roll terribly, and maybe you want to find what's hiding in the secret drawer, kind of thing.
Except for my 21.
You are sure that there are no secret doors leaving this room. Absolutely positive. So Cognual, methodically checking the walls. I mean, you've been so lucky so far, right? It does make sense to put you on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Of course.
There are 2 exits, and there's one at the south, which, logically probably lines up with the hallway. Another one, 2 that go into deeper rooms. The one in the north has those wooden slats if you want to start pulling them down. Bellaluna assisting with the room, the forge, the bodies, right?
Yep.
Okay. Feeling bad, let's say, for our deaf guy. What catches your attention is a modified warhammer that the first guy was carrying before you surprised him. It's called an engineered melee weapon, and there are 2 of them. They're both warhammers, and they gain the shove trait because it's a D8 bludgeoning warhammer, but the head, the end, is extended and made wider, but they take weight out of the, those knives that carve holes in them to take weight out of the knife, but it's still a rigid blade. Mm-hmm. They die cast holes in the side of your dagger, right? Think of that in a warhammer, or a putter. Those putters that are like, it's not just like a club. They've scooped it out, but they've made it flatter and wider.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying, right? They've done this with a warhammer so that you have the proper weight for swing. It's not too heavy and you're over swinging and it's no longer functioning as a weapon, but because it has a wider, heavier, slightly heavier ending, it gains the shoving trait where you can use it to, do shove maneuvers.
Neat.
Yeah, there are 2 of them. You guys each find one on each body, and I will put that in the party treasure. Oh, look. You never know what you're going to find. And what?
So now that we've collected our treasure, I shall head.
Is there anything else on the bench in the forge? Anything?
There's the guy's launcher.
I think we should take that too.
This thing is neat, but it looks like it needs constant tweaking and maintenance. You know what I mean? Like if you don't have engineering, you could fire it and it'd be like, sweet, and then try and fire it again, it would break. Crap. tweak, you know, that kind of thing. Like, I'm not saying it's
somebody
junk.
buy it?
Possibly. It could be. Someone could go, what amazing piece of engineering! You know, this thing shoots spiky balls instead of they've made the groove along the neck of the crossbow wider and deeper for the spiky ball. You know, it might innovate somebody, or they might just go,
"What is shady goblin in town who might like this?"
Or they could be like, "This is crap. What the? What is this?"
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I say we take it if we're going to town anyway. Worst case scenario is it somebody will tell us to suck eggs.
Yep. You guys also have those 3 vials you need ID'd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't it like 4?
3.
I thought it was 6.
3.
6.
No, got it right here. I can just pull up the page. Thanks. It's 3.
Yeah. Okay.
That was worth a try.
Yeah. Unless we want to do any other rooms or peeking, you know. Pretty sure I'm moving superior. Oh.
I think we should probably go back and take care of Craig.
All right. So, heading on up them stairs.
Heading on up.
And heading on out our, what do you want to call it? The top floor. Back the whence we cameth. And heading on down that long, winding trail. You know, maybe it's just to annoy you, but there's just something about the air and the pace and this is our second time in. Maybe the elf and the dwarf feels emboldened. You know, they start picking up a tune that each other's knows, and you see them signaling each other like "oh you" and swaying the hips and so on and so on. They're singing along, and you can't hear any of it and partake in the joyous occasion of surviving our second dungeon delve into the Gauntlight ruins just outside of Otari. And we will see you next time.
Hey, you're deaf. You can't sing.
You're not allowed to sing along. So mean. I'm an orc and I can sing if I want to.
Warlock cast arcane gate because we need an escape. This magic weapon refused to turn the tide. It breathes by all of its saints. Who cares if we're a disgrace? And just one shove, our wizard rolled death and fell. Tell me why we brawl this thing. Too many limbs that sting. All of us flayed food for its spawn. Up our XP and then we'll bring new dice for the slaying. A pretty mix, blue, black, and gold. Rolling higher, love. Oh, tell me not to give up. Provoke me, haste me, faster dash. Returning, churning, savage attack. The character so cozy, buckets of dice. You know me, I'm gonna write all these actions down. Blood bubbles below, see camping next to coyotes. I don't wanna die, let's head back to town. Let's head back to